low hand, high hand. You see the difference here? Boom. Put your elbows on, right? Our extendo clip that you guys can make your own kind of padded one to make it a little bit easier for the youth kids, right? So high hand puncher kind of guy right there. If I was a low hand puncher right around my size, be right here. Boys, so we get her in there. We get her in there. Get your hands out and run. Boom, boom, boom. Get low and then run. We got to be able to step behind the offensive line when we make a move. Pick it up, get low, and rip out of it. Get into the community, the free defensive lineman community, and it shows you everything. Cross drops, clubs, and coming around. Wherever you're at, make sure you bring the inside foot and you're pulling the back of the apex, staying low, ripping out of there. All right, we're heading Home Depot to make the defensive line decision tree. It works so good. He helped me out with the last one. Okay, just quick creep. This is the one I got.
Quick creep. Quick creep. 30 kilograms.
All right, we need 2 of them.
You know what you could just do is you could just get a wider thing.
A bucket. That's what I was thinking. Make
But
a wider bucket.
Oh.
But
what if it? What if it's not a bucket? What if it's just a container? Because the wider the base, the more sturdy it would be. What we got for the first one, but they tip over. They're nice and heavy, but they're not wide enough. So he's gonna try and find containers, full containers.
How many liters is this one? What is the other one?
Right here.
This one's 47 liters. 12 liters.
Nice.
So we're gonna get this one because the circular one was tipping over. So let's try this one out.
To do what?
Take a picture of it just so you don't forget. We're gonna get these car 2-inch 40 PVC pipes. I grabbed one of these little boys. Right? And I normally cut one in half when we get back home, so then I could figure out where to put the arm plates, and we'll go through that later. Just get one of these. If you're trying to make 2, you can get 2 of them. They fit on where you can connect these things. So you need 2 of these big guys right here, Mercy. The 90-inch PVC elbows. It's perfect. It's called an elbow. It's basically an elbow. We need 2 of these. I think we only have 1 left, but we have some at home. I'm trying to show you guys basically. So this would basically connect on this, the connector. The other end would connect on there. That's why we need these connectors.
His knees.
Look at these things at Home Depot.
Yo, you preach getting low, man. Yeah.
Then you just pick your spray paint and get to work.
Or you get your girlfriend to pick your spray paint.
Look at all the spray paints you can get. This is where you can design it. Design yours and then show me in the community. So we made it back home. We cut these PVC pipes in half. I think they were 90 inches. Cut them in half. The idea is we got to place them in the bucket side by side here. And then before we put these in, we're going to make the concrete, which I'm going to show you. But before we make the concrete even, because the concrete gets fixed pretty fast, I'm realizing, is that we need to adjust these to the high hand, low hand puncher. So when we get these at half cut, when we add our adjustment piece, which is supposed to be the snake arm, obviously it's way too high. That's an ultimate forklift or 7-footer right there, right? So we need to understand that we got to cut them again when we get home. And how we cut them again when we get home, it all depends on what level you're in, youth, high school, college, right? Because you just got to see what's the biggest tackle or what's the tackle you're going against. If he's normally 6 feet, adjust it to them. If he's like a 6'5" guy, adjust it to him, right? Normally O-linemen around 6'1" to 6'5", right? It's what I want to do is like I'm 6'4.5", 6'5" guy, so it works perfectly. If you can find a guy like me, you want to be able to kind of get behind it, right? See where his high hand puncher is. We're working on the high hand punching one first. That's what we're making. So that's a high hand punch right here. So if I wanted to mimic my punch right here, it's probably right there as a high hand punch. So then I gotta grab right here. So I gotta cut it down to that distance to make the high hand puncher. So how we're gonna do that, PVC pipe's pretty easy to cut. I'm gonna hold this. See how I hold this? Let's go over here. Turn it all the way around, turn it all the way around. It's a live video. This is gonna happen in real time. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to make it. Oh my goodness. So I kind of have a nice setup over here, which is nice. But if you don't have one like this, you'll figure it out, man. You'll figure it out, gentlemen. So I have it right there. That's where you kind of want to cut it at, right? It's right here. So I cut it right there. So right about there. That's all I got to take off. So if you have one of these things, I'm not a handyman, trust me. One of these things that hold it. Get a little saw. Be careful if you're younger, 18, or you're not good with saws. Make sure your parents do this. Do it with your dad or your mom if you're in high school, right? It's pretty easy to cut. Just gotta saw it down. And keep this part right here, okay? This part is an adjustable. We can add on later with our little clamps to make different things, all right? So we're gonna keep that. Gonna put this away so we don't cut ourselves. Gonna unloosen this. Let's go back to our guy. Boom. So now I gotta test out, okay, does that high hand puncher work? Is that gonna be a high hand puncher, dude? So get that in there. Perfect, right? Looks a little shorter. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it's a high hand puncher. Perfect, right? So a high hand puncher kind of guy right there. Perfect. So if I was pass rushing this dude, ooh, double swipe. Perfect. And the extendo I had on there, remember the piece we cut off? We can add right here and make a longer part, which I'll show you later. So there's our high hand puncher, right? That's our high hand puncher right there. Boom. Now let's make our low hand puncher. So low hand puncher. When I'm a low hand puncher, I'm punching around kind of rib cage area, right? I'm low like this. So if I was a low hand puncher, right around my size, it'd be right here. So if I was right here, kind of go right here even. Where would that thing go? Right there. Even right there. Look at that. We want it to be a little lower. Perfect. That's a low hand puncher right there. So I'm gonna grab it. Boom. See, I got it. Put this down. Don't let go of that. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Every offensive lineman's going to be different anyway, so that's why you can make a bunch of different ones if you want. So, let's get this in here. Where I want it to cut it. Right there. Boom. Tighten this in there. Grab our saw, grab your parent. Oh my goodness. Make sure you put your hand away from the saw, right? Come on, I'm not a handyman, but I know, don't put your hand close to that sharp thing, right? Go, keep this, don't throw it out. Put your saw back down. You know what you should do is put the saw back where it was, right? There it is. Get this thing out of here. Take off the little dusties on it. And let's get back over here and see if we did a good job. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So how I have the high hand puncher, I have it on one side and have the low hand puncher on the other side, right? Directly on the other side, right? So let's put this on. Let's put our elbow on. I love how it's called the elbow because it's an elbow. It's basically an elbow. So low hand puncher, perfect, right? So I was coming around this thing, boom, boom, oh, cross chop. Holy, I did it pretty good first try. Those ones were hard, right? Boom, boom. Let's go. Also, I want to talk about this bucket. You're gonna notice the original DDTs, the defensive, the D-line decision trees. I actually made it out of a bucket. What I noticed about the bucket is that it was a little more circular. So if you go to the old here DDTs, I still use them, I love them, right? See how it's a little circular with our concrete in there? What I realized is that it was tipping over just a little bit. So I'm gonna make a newer version here, and I also just put one of those concretes in there. I'm gonna try to get 2 of those concretes in there. I think I'm still only gonna get 1, but maybe 1.5. But I thought this bucket might distribute the space a little bit, distribute the space a little bit so that you hit it, it doesn't knock it over. I have another idea where I'm gonna get a bigger bucket, fill it with a bunch of cement, and get maybe like 5 of those in there. Stay tuned for the ultimate DDT, right? Dline Decision Tree. It's a new name, so I gotta get used to it. Dline Decision Tree. I love it. What do you think about it? But now we got our arms, so now we can start making the cement. The cement is pretty easy, right? At first I was like, how do you make cement, right? Somebody told me, I think my grandpa told me, that you just go get pre-made cement, you pour that in there, right? And you mix it with some water and you start mixing it, right? It has all the instructions on there. I figured it out, and I think you can figure it out too. Get your parents, right? It's fun activity to do. So right now we're gonna start building the concrete and putting it inside. So how I do it is I put some water in there and then put some concrete in there. I'm gonna make it go faster so we can get to the point and get those sticks in there, all right? Easy, right? All right, so put a little water in there already. Not a lot, guys, because on the first one I realized I put too much water in there. So you gotta make sure you put a little bit of water at a time and then put a little bit of this at a time, a little water, a little this, a little water, a little this. Also what I realized is put some mitts on, right? It's not, it's hazmat, it's hazardous materials, right? And you have something to put on your face, you don't breathe it in, do it too. I just try not to breathe during this whole thing, right? So, opened it up a little bit. What we want to do is pour a little bit in there. Oh my goodness. Don't wear anything nice when you do this. I'm gonna pour a little bit in there. I'm actually gonna pour a lot in there. Probably gonna pull like 30% of the bag. Actually, I'm gonna pour the majority of this bag. Go half the bag. Oh, that's all the bag. Let's put the whole thing in there. So I think I can add water to it later. I know, see, I'm just going on the fly here, boys. So I bought 2 of them. Added, I think, like 25% of water to that bucket. And now we gotta start working this thing. What I mean by working this thing, just grab a spade, see a spade shovel like this, and start working it. Like you're making some pastas. You're making some pastas. See how like that 25% of water was even a lot of water for that thing? Like, it's still liquidy, right? What you want to see your concrete at is it needs to be like that smooth peanut butter texture. So that's why I bought 2 bags. Again, I hope I didn't mess up. I added like 25% of water, so you don't need to add that much water. I thought I can get away with it because I was a pro. It's my second time around. I might have to run back and get some more concrete. I think it's called Quickcrete. I think how you make concrete is, I don't even know. It's a mixture of 2 things. I wouldn't tell you, right? I just coach Dline. Don't coach something you don't know about, right, guys? So I'm gonna have to add another bucket to that one, right? Be right back. This is why I bought 2 of these. It's gonna be heavier. The other buckets only had 1 concrete bag in them. The new one's gonna have 2 of them. Good thing I made those other ones too before I made this how-to video. So I think this is gonna be the ultimate one, boys. You're seeing it live in action. Holy, don't drop the bag, man. Don't drop the bag, man. Holy, I gotta open this bag up more. It's a fun activity to do at home, boys. You have no idea how to do construction in the summertime. Let's start with that. I don't even know. I don't want to dump that whole bag in there and then be too much concrete, you know? So you see I'm on the fly. I gotta work this stuff. Yeah, don't wear anything nice. Oh! Right when I freaking said that too, don't wear anything nice. Frick me. Gotta be gentle with it, boys. Hope I didn't add too much water to this thing. And boys, if you add too much water to it, it'll dry up still, don't worry. But then you'll just have to like pour out the excess water. It's still gonna be concrete, don't worry. Yeah, we're gonna have to add that other half in there. Holy guys, you guys see how much water I started with? Barely none. So don't add too much damn water, guys. Or you're gonna have to be running back and getting out of concrete. Yeah, I might have to here. Oh, this bucket's gonna be a heavy one. I love it. I'm just gonna be pushing this to the ground. Oh yeah. Oh, that was maybe just perfect, guys. Maybe I just made this perfect. I knew exactly how much I needed. Oh yes, iron. I don't know if I could be a blue collar worker, guys. That's why we're working on Dline. That's why we're trying to go pro, get to college, get that NIL money, right? So you're going to be doing this your whole damn freaking life. And honestly, boys, I think I started off with like a 25% of water in that bucket, and it ended up being perfect. Perfect amount for 2 things of cement. I'm going to grab that so you can kind of see what this looks like. But it looks like some smooth peanut butter. That's what it said on the bag you want it to look like. And I think that's what we got. Work it, work it out, work it out, work it out, work it out. Imagine doing this for 8 hours a day, guys. Oh man. You could be just waking up every day and do an hour of D-line work and really working on it. Getting coached. And then you could make $1 million. That's 18-year-old in college right now. How crazy is that? NIL money is crazy. That's how it should be. If you work your butt off, you should get paid. Football guys always look at these hockey guys in high school and be like, oh, they're getting paid like 17, 18. Football guys have to wait till like pro 25. Now you can make it anywhere, bros. If you just put in the work. Don't be this guy doing concrete all summer. Go work on D-line, get corrected, get a dude. Okay, so I think that's good. I'll show you boys. So see how it's kind of like peanut butterish? Right, if I moved it around, let me grab this thing. If I moved it around, see I moved it around, it's a little watery, but more peanut butterish. You'll get it when you start making it. Now, if you could transport this thing inside without making a damn mess in your house, please do, because you want it to be inside somewhere. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna deadlift that thing. Holy shit. Pardon my language, boys. Holy crap. Holy crap. No, that's heavy. I don't think that's gonna come over. I was gonna move it to the corner, but I don't know if that's gonna happen here, boys, today. Maybe if I drag it. Holy, that's a heavy boy. Oh yeah, dragging it works, boys. When it firms up, it'll be easier to carry. But I'll drag it. I'm gonna drag it to the corner because it's gotta take probably 24 hours to firm, I would say. It's stuff all over me. I really hope we don't make a mess in here, boys. It's burned by the other DDT-nators. And the key is, we gotta add these in soon. But we also gotta realize that it's still kind of liquidy, right? So we gotta be able to lean our things together. So I'll show you how to do this. Let's get this in closer. So you can kind of see it, the other DDTs in the back. Boom. Got it down. Process doing this. But it's pretty damn easy. Just a little bit of work. Just like those NIL money if you want to do it. So, one short side, doesn't matter what side it goes on, right? So what we want to do is grab one of them, right? Make sure we put it on the one side of it. We get her in there. We get her in there. Twist it down as much as we can. I'm gonna pull this closer so we can actually lean on it. That's what I was trying to say. That if it needs to get on something, it needs to lean against something. And look at me, just handyman. Just gonna lean this into that. That's all it needs to be. Perfect. And it'll start hardening right away. So there's our. Make sure it's in the middle. God damn it. There. So there's our low hand. It's gonna go overnight. Leave it right there like that. Hopefully nobody comes in the garage and moves it. We're gonna turn this one on the other side, the high hand puncher on the other side. Just gonna grab a chair. Just gonna lean it against the chair. Simple as that. That's how we made the other ones. Let's get it in there first. Skipping things. Make sure you get it to the end of it. And you could be creative. You could have like, you could add like 4 of these in there if you want, right? Get creative with it. This is the DDT. You can do it at home. We're making this video so people can get that work in anywhere. Anywhere. This stuff costs like thousands of dollars if you're just trying to make something out of it. And nobody's made anything like this whatsoever, because this has so you could do 50 pass rush plus drills on this thing, because I've come up with it, right? A lot of times these sleds and everything, you hit it, there's like 3 drills you can do on it. This is 2 PVC pipes in some cement in a bucket and a little curl elbow on the side that you can do 50 plus drills on any technique possible, right? It's all in the community, my defensive line free resources community. This is the video, but if you want all the drills that go with it, right? Get in the community, man. Start working. A lot of guys have made their own ones like this and painted it cool, add their own design. They're at schools doing it. I just love it. I wish I was young again so I could just have this and put in more work. I probably would have got farther. I know I made it to the CFL and everything, but NFL probably would have been calling, man, if I was working on this thing. God damn it. And it's a great thing, man. Parents and kids can go in the backyard, work on it together, man. You can help your kid out. You can help your kid make it. I think it cost me like 140 Canadian, and I got the spray paint and everything. I got the adjustables and everything, right? And Canadian's cheaper than American, right? So American, that's probably like $99. So teaching you how to get some work in the backyard every year, whenever it is. You could bring this inside and just put some hash rush moves on it. So that's basically it. We're gonna let this dry. Let me just make sure it's all straight and everything. I'm gonna let that dry out. This could probably move back a little bit, a little more straighter. Let that dry out. And then when it dries out, hopefully in 24 hours, tomorrow morning, probably just go to bed, wake up, and it'll be ready to go. And then we'll put the elbows on it, we'll put these on it, we'll take the prices off, and we'll start spray painting it. And I honestly think this version is gonna be the ultimate one, the best one yet. What is up, guys? So it's morning time, gave it around not even 12 hours, maybe 15 hours, and it's pretty stable, right? There's our defensive line decision tree. I'm very happy how it turned out so far, right? The older ones, we had a little circular bucket. It tipped over sometimes. I don't think this one's tipping over. We put 2 cement bags in this one. We had 1 cement bag in that one. Now the fun part happens. We get to paint it, right? I chose red and orange spray paint. Just spray paint is the easiest way you could do this, guys, right? Get some boards on the ground so you don't wreck your guys' garage. But choose a color that you guys like. Make it your team color, right? Write your logo on it. Bought some primer right here. We're gonna prime this up with some white primer. And then we're gonna paint it. We're gonna spray paint it the color I want. I think I chose blue. So stick around while I spray paint this down. I'm not a professional painter, right? I think I learned how to spray paint. You gotta go up and down. You can't just, right? So up and down, up and down. You'll watch me do it. After we got the base layer down, we're gonna let that dry out right now. We also gotta paint the elbows and the excess sticks that we had there. So remember I told you guys we cut this off and we kept some of those old ones on the ground. So we kept some of these old ones, right? So these are gonna be like our attachments to make them longer, to add on different things, to do whatever you want with your defensive line decision tree. So make sure you guys prime these up before you paint them as well, just to help out with a little bit of chipping, you know? That's what I noticed. Alrighty guys, back at it. Looks like they're all pretty dried out right there. And we can get painting and make it look cool. Alrighty, I chose, I don't even know what color this is. It looks like blue, light blue. I don't know, some aqua blue, something. And now that we got The main thing, that blue looks really, really good. Let's go, my man, is that we gotta actually paint these now. And I'm really happy we put the primer over top of it because it is easier to paint right now. I am not a painter, but no wonder people use primer. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put some gloves on because I'm sick of getting paint on my hands and washing it off. Let's get after it though. So we spray painted them, looking good. Really like the blue here, looking amazing. I'm gonna maybe wait an hour or two before I put another coat on there, and then I'm gonna put it together and show you how it works. And I think this bucket is gonna be the ultimate one, man. Version 2.0 of the defensive line decision tree is looking good, man. It's easy. It's just a fun thing you could do with your parents or just by yourself in the backyard, man, and get better at defensive line by making something so simple just like this. All right, guys, we are out here. We got it all painted up. We got our trucks out here. We brought it out. Now we're going to assemble it. So remember, we put the poles in, low hand, high hand. You see the difference here? Boom. So the first thing you guys got to do is put your elbows on, right? Elbows facing outwards, right? There's different drills. I'll show you what to do. But the first one I want to get in is we're facing outwards with the elbow. Get it on there. It's our high hand one, and that's our low hand one. Next thing we want to do is grab our adapters. Remember those little adapters we had? Because the things we cut off originally aren't going to fit on here. So we got to throw in our adapter, and we're going to make it work, our extendo clip at the end. So you guys can just use these ones. Or, again, I bought some things on Amazon I'm going to replace these with, so you guys can just kind of see that you guys can make your own kind of padded ones. A lot of times that these tall items might be too hard for youth kids, but man, for pros, man, you got to be able to hit these. So I'll bring out the Amazon ones just to show you too. So what you also can do is, I found one of these things, right? And I connected the adapter to the end of it, and we can actually attach it to the end of here to make it a little bit easier for the youth kids, right? So you can actually hit something. So we're gonna use the actual real one for now. And we're gonna show you a couple drills you guys can do with this, right? All the 50 to 100 plus drills I made with this are gonna be in the academy, but we're gonna show you a couple you can use today to get going with your own defensive line decision tree, the DDT. Man, it's looking good, man, I love it. So the first drill I wanna show you guys, biggest thing, right, is a stance drill, stance and get off drill. So when we get in our stance, I see a lot of guys get in their stance and then they get off the rocks like boom. What happens if you run into a dude like this? You're getting snatched up, you're not explosive, you're gonna get clotheslined, right? So one of my favorite drills just with this one is you have a hard mode, you have an easy mode, doesn't matter. Line up close, get your hands out and run. If you wanna go through the hard mode, right? If you think you're a pro, get underneath it, get low, just like that, right? Drill number one. The next one you can do, the main reason why I created this thing is so we can do different rushes on different kind of offensive linemen, different punches, different setters. So the main one we have right here, low hand puncher. Can we double swipe a low hand puncher? No, I'd be swiping freaking air, right? So I need to make sure I cross drop, inside hand wrist, outside hand elbow. And when you start picking up the pace, you're gonna bring your inside foot and you wanna be able to get there, right? Because we need to gain ground when we make the cross drop. Make cross drop, boom. A lot of times we get here and we stand up. It's teaching you to stay low the other side so you can rip and run out of it. So again, you can start off slow with this cross drop where you have your hands high, inside hand wrist, elbow, right? Try to step through. And then when you get picking it up, you can go boom, 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 get low and then run. We got to be able to step behind the offensive line when we make a move. We can't just make a move like this. Oh, he's going to swallow us up. We're going to be able to do nothing. So first thing is, work on your step through, point the toe. We can speed it up, get close to it, get low, and rip out of it. Number two is the cross chop. After we beat low hand punches with the cross chop, we move over to the double swipe, high hand puncher, right? We can also use a forklift, but we're working on a double swipe right now. Can we cross chop a high hand puncher? No, we could try to, but that's not gonna work. We're gonna expose our chest. So what I love against high hand punch is a double swipe. Inside hand wrist, outside hand elbow, and step through. When you make this move, you don't wanna be able to reach and make the move because I'm not gonna be able to step behind the offensive lineman. I wanna be able to get close, double swipe, point the toe and get low. Do you guys see how I got lower on this one? Because it's lower, so it's gonna make you work harder, right? So double swipe step throughs and double swipe step throughs, pick it up, get low, and rip out of it. Drill number 2. So now that I gave you a couple moves to do with the high hand and low hand, there's a crazy amount more that you can do with just this one, trust me. Get into the community, the free defensive lineman community, and it shows you everything. But you can also turn this into different things where you're doing run defense, pass rush, do different techniques. I'm going to show you another way where you can build this to work on a different move. The last drill I'm going to show you is for my interior guys. One of my favorite rushes is the club rip, club swim. But what Aaron Donald showed you guys is that you can also throw the cross chop in and get the club on the back of the apex. So how I did it now is I have the elbow and I have my little Amazon piece that I attached. You can still use just a pole to go up here. But the big part about this, the inside guys, we're fighting in a phone booth, right? So what Aaron Donald did on his first step, he grabbed the inside hand, the wrist, and then he grabbed the outside shoulder, the back of the apex, and he pulled through and stepped through. One of the most craziest moves I've seen from my interior guys. So you can also set it up where you're making some cross chops clubs and coming around. So speed it up, slow it down. Wherever you're at, make sure you bring the inside foot and you're pulling the back of the apex, staying low, ripping out of there. There's your last drill. There's 50 plus, 100 plus drills in the defensive line community. So make sure you guys jump in, go build your own, show me it. I can't wait to see it. And whoever creates the best one will get a full year access into my players or coaches community where you get mentorship by me for an entire year for free. Go make it.